Hey, everyone. Listen, welcome. I'm glad to see you here. We're going to do this RHOA Reunion Part 2. Okay, recap. Let me tell you something. First of all, thank all of y'all for being here. I see y'all. I'm having my tea moment right now, but we're going to do this recap. And we probably won't be long because it was boring. I really want to know, who do I call? Who do I send my invoice to? And why is this reunion going to be three parts? Okay. Bravo has wasted 2 hours of my time. I'm going to follow it through to the end. So that means 3 hours of my time. So I need to send my bill to somebody, send an invoice. I just got to figure out how much I'm going to charge them per hour for my time that they took of me watching the reunion. The reunions are full of fluff. Okay. Part two was nothing but fluff. Didn't give us anything different, anything new, or anything interesting. But painstakingly, I stayed to the bitter end at the last moment. Black Panthers don't do that. Send all invoices of Shereé to Tyrone. Listen, I did listen. All them ladies gonna need to split the bill and Andy too or something. Because they're wasting our time. They could have wrapped this reunion up. If you ask me, I'm gonna say in one part, just make it 2 hours, or at best it could be a two-part reunion. But there's no way in heck that this thing needed to be three parts. For what? I really did not enjoy. And what, another episode? Hello. By the way, yeah, I mean, Abby Shaw, right? I mean, it was fluff, right? Don't send your bill to Shereé because because it won't get paid. Hey, Rob J in the city. Listen, guys, if you just got in here, don't forget to hit that like button. And all I'm saying is to everyone, help me find out where I send my invoice to, okay? Yes, it was way too long and it was boring. It was a snoozer. And this is part of the reason why, people are ready to give up on RHOA, because it was just too much. Tori said, I'm cooking right now, Diva, but that was so boring. I would kept falling asleep, having to rewind. Girlfriend, I had to watch it like twice. And I was like, okay, whatever notes I got in this watching it twice, I'm done. I'm done. I did drop the link in case anybody wants to come up. So part two, right? And wait, let me tell you something. Tomorrow we're doing Married to Medicine recap, and all I can say is OMG. Married to Medicine. Now that's going to be a conversation tomorrow night. Okay, so we're doing Married to Medicine tomorrow, and Wednesday. I'm thinking about doing Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Love and Marriage Huntsville too. It's also another one that's kind of going downhill for me, but I may do that recap tomorrow. I mean Wednesday for Love and Marriage Huntsville, or I might end up just doing a pre-recorded video. I'm not sure, right? Rob J, you said I'm mad at myself for knowing I'm tuning into part three. I'm trying to tell you, it's just a whole hot mess. Okay. Abby, I do not. Everybody's been trying to tell me to get into Bell Collective. I would have to go back. I would have to go back, and I've been debating on that because I think I would have to watch 2 seasons, right? I'm a debate on that. I'm not quite sure yet, but I may go back and watch it. Yes, Summer. The better show was Married to Medicine. All I can say is tomorrow we will definitely have fun. So let me get into this, right? Because we continue with Marlo's, so to speak, her sob story, right? And I will say that Kenya said this. Not everything that came out of Kenya's mouth in regards to Marlo was correct. But when she said that Marlo was doing damage control, I'm 100% on that side, right? Marlo was doing damage control. And this I will give to Marlo. Nobody gets a book on how to raise a child, right? When you do this, you're on your own. You got to figure it out as you go along. You're going to make mistakes as parents. And especially if you did not give birth to the child and you just had to all of a sudden maybe take a family member in, it's going to be a rocky road. And but once you make that decision to take the child in, you have to be committed to the roller coaster ride, because even if it was your birth child, you're going to go through a roller coaster ride. So you can't just wake up and say, you know what? I needed to reset. There's plenty of parents that need to reset, and they don't have a family member to go to or send that child to. They have to reset when that child is in school or when the kids go to bed. That's when you have to push the reset button and go in your closet or in the bathroom or whatever and tell people, listen, don't knock on this door. I need 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour to myself. So fend for yourself for 60 minutes. And then when I come out the bathroom door, then you can get back with me again. So Marlo said, when you become a foster child, and this is very true, a foster parent, she said that, there's classes to take. There's all these different things that are available to you as a foster parent to prepare you to take on this child. So I do agree with her on that, right? And she said, I pretty much, you know what? And listen, I agree with this too. As an auntie, as a godmother, you can always take those kids for 2-3 hours. And then, you have fun with them. And the best thing about it, you go drop them back off at their parents' house and you're good. But it's a big difference when you're just being, auntie to becoming Monty, right? And yes, but Marlo has said this before, right? She says that her smart mouth, it comes from her mother. She said, her mom would say anything. Her mom would cut you, not physically, okay? But she would cut you down with her words. And that's what happens with Marlo now, right? Marlo goes for the gusto. When she says something out her mouth, she gets gutter low and nasty. I get why Marlo needed to reset. She ain't birthed no babies, and those are teenage boys. And yes, you know what, Nina? Teenage boys is a whole nother, beast in and of itself, right? So she had a lot of things that she had to learn. She had to learn how to be a full-time mom. She had to take on that job when you got these hormonal teenage boys. She had to also, whatever they didn't learn for whatever reason, she had to push this fast forward button and say, okay, you got to hurry up. You got to keep your room clean. You got to do this. You got to do that. And they had to learn Marlo, right? And they had to learn structure. So I get it. Let me tell you this. The job is not easy, but if you take on the job, then you got to figure it out. And you can't be reckless with your mouth when you're on TV, right? So she had a lot of things, kind of working against her in a sense, right? She was learning how to be a Monty in front of the world. And we have all got to admit that sometimes you snap, okay? And maybe you say something to the kids that you wish you didn't say. But we get to recover from it because we're not on TV. So Marlo, she messed up by saying she told the kids to get the F out. And unfortunately, she couldn't recover from it because the fans wasn't feeling it. But that is the casualty of war when you're doing reality TV, right? So Leslie said words cut deeper. Yes, they do. So, when I was growing up, I don't know if anybody out there ever heard of this saying. It says, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And that was the worst little saying ever, because actually words sometimes hurt more and deeper than somebody actually maybe throwing a rock at you or hitting you, right? Because the words, for some reason, they stick with you longer. You probably forget about the beating and remember the words long after the beating, something like that. So anyway, so Marlo she talked about the boys. Andy got on her softly, right? So I think her sitting next to Andy, it definitely was a plan, that because Andy wanted to save her, right? Andy wanted to save her because it was like, okay, Marlo took forever to get a peach, right? Her peach was delayed for a decade, right? Okay, so Tucker, you said, I don't see nothing wrong with what Marlo did. Marlo is not a mother. She sent the kids to their aunt, not a stranger. It's people, there's people that do worse, you're saying. And you know what, Tucker, I think if she didn't say, I told the kids to get the boys to get the F out, I think she would have had more compassion from the fans, right? I think it was her words, and she tried to say that too last night, that the way that she said it wasn't right. and she tried to explain how she needed this reset button. But some things you can't recover from, right? And Miss Gigi, you said she signed up for the job. Parenting is not easy. No, it's not. But you got to stay the course to rear well-rounded children. I agree. It was also sad that, you know, she said they haven't heard from the sister. Um, and when people have mental illness, guys, addictions, it's hard on the entire family. The entire family goes through this mental illness and this addiction with them. It destroys the whole family. It destroys everybody. Marlo had the nephew 3 whole years before becoming a peach holder. She is not new to this. So is that so, April? Um, I don't know about that. So thanks for that information. Um, Rob J in the city, that saying led to many scraps on the playground back in my day. That saying, oh, you said that saying led to many scraps on the playground back in your day. You talking about sticks and stones? Yeah, yeah. Marlo doesn't want to change. Change is only in her mouth, but not her actions. Marlo needs therapy, right? Marlo has a long way to go, and Marlo likes to throw her stones, but then she gets mad when people pick up a rock and throw it back at her. She's like, "Why did y'all do that to me? Why did you hit me? I'm such a good person." And then she wants to blame it all on, you know, her childhood. No, when you saying that Candy stuff is not good, and that's why no man wants her, that has nothing to do with your childhood. That has everything to, with you to just being mean. Okay. When you want to constantly say that Kenya husband never wanted her, that's just being mean, Marlo. It has nothing to do with your childhood. That's being mean. Marlo had those boys. Oh, okay, I read that. So yeah. So it's just, you know, it's a lot. And you know, we had to continue down the path of Marlo. And then, you know, Kenya interjected and pretty much was like, you know, Marlo's full of it. She's doing damage control. She said, I don't believe her because her words do not match her actions. And she said, the minute you think, and I'm paraphrasing, guys, can you pretty much was like, the minute you think, you know, you're going to be okay with Marlo, then here she goes again. She picks up some stones and she plucks them in your face. Well, thank God for Sonia, because whatever it is, Sonia and Marlo, they connected, right? Sonia and Marlo connected. So Sonia jumps in and pretty much said, listen, I'm not quite sure what happened between everybody else and Marlo. She said, but Marlo has been nothing but good to me. And she said, you know, I had a different experience with Marlo. So I'm glad Marlo has at least a friend in the building. Okay. And her friend is Sonia. But it's still so weird to me how Sonia can be so forgiving and so loving towards Marlo, and she see how Marlo will cut down almost everybody on the cast whenever it's needed, and Sonya's good with that. But Drew is public enemy number one. I don't get it. It's just so confusing to me. And so, you know, Drew also said, Marlo said to Drew that, you know, somebody said, you said Sonya's next. Sonya will get it too if Sonya cross her, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Tabitha, but not Drew. It's just very confusing to me. There's nothing that to me Drew did so bad that can't be forgiven, especially if you're going to be friends with Marlo. So, you know, then Drew, you know, Marlon turns to Drew and said, listen, Drew, pretty much when you was going through some stuff, you know, you called me crying and I spoke to you, you know, I leaned on you. And here's the thing. I do believe Marlo can be a friend. She can be a friend. I think what Marlo's situation is, when Marlo is good, she's good. When Marlo is bad, she's bad. But when Marlo goes bad, she goes all the way bad. She's either one end of the spectrum or the other. She either super nice and being a really good friend, or she's extremely mean and she's doing stuff that you're looking at her like, oh my God, Marlo, like, who are you? So she's like a Jekyll and Hyde, so to speak. Sounds like what Mark said to Nene after she insulted Kenya when she was pregnant. What you got to remind me, Miss G, I do remember that. Because I think she called it a test tube baby. You tell me more what you mean by that there. I did drop the link, everyone, in case someone wants to come up and chat. No one is safe. That is because none of these women have true friendships. They just tolerate each other for a paycheck. You know what, Miss Gigi? I think you're right. I think that they all tolerate each other. But listen, y'all could talk to me, let me know. But I truly feel like Candy, out of all of them, Candy is a supporter. Candy is into the friendships. That's how I feel. I think Candy will definitely, no matter what, she will always try to support. So, let me see what else happened here, because it was, Kenya said Marlo's a hypocrite. And I think when it comes to being a hypocrite, I think they all are, right? They all, depending upon what moment it is, they all throw shade. They all turn on each other at some point. They all kind of stab each other in the back. So to say Marlo's a hypocrite, I mean, so is Kenya, right? Now, this is what I didn't like. When Kenya talked about the robbery that almost happened. Now, unfortunately, Marlo is a lot in the absolute most, but did not deserve that. She didn't, right? So the thing is with these robberies in the housewives, to me, it's starting to get very scary. It seems to be rampant. It happened now to Anila on Married to Medicine. It's happened to Kyle. It's happened to Dorit, whether we want to believe or not, but it's still, something happened. I think there's several people where there has been this robbery, and it's getting kind of scary, right? And me, I would have Fort Knox if I'm a house. Oh, and it happened to Candy, right? This person came to Candy's house. So to me, at this point, my house would be Fort Knox. And I would almost kind of lean towards Bravo. Like, if y'all want to film me, it's always going to be at some coffee shop, some restaurant, the park, the cash trip. But I don't know if I'm going to play that come in my house anymore, unless Bravo wants to give me extra combat money so that I can have, top-notch security at my house. This whole robbery stuff is getting scary. So, but the part I really didn't like about Kenya, listen, I know that Marlo goes low with Kenya, right? And I know they both have gone low with each other because Kenya has called Marlo. She keeps sticking on the fact that Marlo is an ex-con. And listen, the thing is, we all make mistakes. And I think people are not their worst mistake. And it's been a long time since Marlo's been arrested. She had atonement. She paid the time for doing the crime. And at some point, you got to let it go. And so she accused Marlo of, I guess, actually, she said to Marlo that Marlo wasn't her real name. She said that she was Latoya Hutchinson. So I'm still trying to find out who is Latoya. Is Latoya Marlo? What's going on? I want to know who this Latoya Hutchinson is, right? But Kenya went low. Kenya went low because she said that when she tweeted back when this happened, that hashtag fake, okay, saying that Marlo's situation with this almost attempted robbery was not real. And then she accused Marlo of holding information back and perhaps putting the rest of the cast in jeopardy. I don't know what different anyone would do just to know that I almost got robbed, unless you was coming to my house and I threw an event in my house and I didn't tell you that 2 seconds later, they almost robbed me. So be careful when you show up to my house. Lock your car doors or whatever. I'm not sure how Marlo not telling them the second it happened to her that it put everybody else in jeopardy. I thought that was a bit much. Then when Kenya saw that pretty much it wasn't fake, it's almost like Kenya didn't backtrack. Listen, Kenya and Marlo are just never going to be friends. And I think that's just the end of the story. And it's sad because at a moment there, they seemed like they was going down the right road. But I do believe that Marlo made a U-turn in the road because of the way that she always talks about Kenya. And I don't know what side is on, but I think there's some jealousy issues going on. Latoya was Marlo's best friend. Yes, I did hear that Marlo say that, and perhaps at one time during one of her incidents, instead of giving her name, she gave her best friend name. I don't know, but I thought that it was doing too much right there. Kenya goes low. Did y'all forget that she told Phaedra to go get more? Kenya told Phaedra that? I don't remember that, but it sounds familiar. Now, see, that's messy. Well, you know what? Andy did ask, can ask all the ladies, were they liking the new Kenya, right? Because I fell for it too. I fell for the Kenya that had Brooklyn, the Kenya that was a mom. I fell for the drunk Kenya because it was fun. But Kenya then, when we went to the fashion show and was looking for the models, that's when the old Kenya, showed up. And I was like, okay, that girl is still there. That girl is still showing up. So she still goes low when appropriate. I guess all of them at some point, they get very performative to get that check. I agree, Miss Gigi, about Candy being a better friend. Yeah, I feel like Candy is a better friend, right? And no one owned up to. Remember the tea party for Brooklyn? No one owned up to who put in the tea about Candy sucking stuff in public, right? Which was extremely messy. No one owned up to it. You said you think it was Marlo? I mean, no one owned up to it. I wish whoever might have known who did it would have spoke up. But I guess we're kind of gonna never know, right? So now, let me see what else. Did we do everything there about Marlo? Yeah, because she talked about kicking the nephews out. She talked about how she had a break and how she haven't heard from her sister. It was okay. So now let's go to Drew and Ralph. They did a whole gaslighting situation, right? And did Ralph really play football? Whatever. We all know that Ralph is Ralph, right? He gaslights Drew, but Drew can easily be gaslit because Drew, is Drew. And Miss Gigi said, I only like the drunk Kenya. Folks like Kenya just don't change their stripes and spots that easy. Her nasty is just at the ebb of the surface. She is Marlo. You know what, Miss Gigi? They're one and the same, right? They're one and the same. They're one and the same. And I think they're both fighting for the open spot. Because this is what we can say, right? Right now, there is no queen of RHOA. Back in the Nene days, we knew the queen of RHOA, right? And it was Nene. Whether it liked her or not, it was Nene. When Nene left, we could probably say the torch went over to Portia, right? Now that Nene and Portia is gone, who's the queen of RHOA? Who's the queen? Drop a note in the chat. I don't know who is the queen of RHOA now that Nene and Portia are gone. Diva, Kenya wanted all the ladies to get on a conference call to talk about the robberies because Candy had an incident and so did Drew. Oh, okay, Drew had an incident too. Okay, I don't remember that. Marlo refused, yet she went to Sheree's house and talked about it. I mean, okay, I get it. Thank you, Lorraine, for that information, right? The thing is, I get it. But again, is a conference call about these robberies going to change your actions on what you're going to do to protect you and yours and the whole cast? What is the conference call really going to do? What are we going to accomplish with this conference call, right? So here's the thing. If anything, I would have sent down in the group text to all the ladies. Listen, ladies, 3 out of 4 of us or 5 of us, whatever the number is, have already either been robbed or there was an attempted robbery against us. So what I suggest is everybody call ADT, 24-hour security or whatever the case may be. Get yourselves protected. And when we go to a scene at your house, select the room to be filmed in, the room that has the least amount of stuff that looks expensive, and let's film in that room so we can all protect each other. Don't show up to the scene in your Gucci, Fendi, with your Birkin bags, red bottom shoes. We got to protect ourselves. So get your stuff from Target, I don't know, Walmart. And then promote that it came from Target and Walmart so the people thinking you broke. But don't come up in the scene with all of this expensive jewelry and all that type of stuff, because something's going down right now. We cannot afford anything to happen to any one of us. Okay, we need to be protected. I think Kenya did it because Kenya looked at Candy and said, "I love you," and giggled, but didn't confess. Yeah, she said that. I think she was playing around. Because when she said, because Candy, Candy, even if it was Kenya, Candy would have lost her natural mind to whoever would have admitted to doing that to her. You know how Candy gets? She gets in her feelings. She starts losing it. How could you think that I was so? Why would you say that on a public platform? You know, Candy, she gets in her feelings. They should watch the news down there. It was all over the news. It was a robbery ring doing it. Reality stars. Oh, the DA got on the news and told them she caught them and more arrests to come. Okay, I get that. You know what, Tori? I believe that. And remember, what is her name? Remember, Marlo said that the cops told her to be quiet for a minute because we're not going to find these people if you keep blasting it. So, but either way, for Marlo, from Kenya to say that it was fake was messy, right? It was real messy. Mama Joyce has a lot to explain to Blaze and Ace because that last episode was disturbing. Well, Obi, what? Yes, it was. I almost forgot. I was going to say, what are you talking about? It was disturbing, Obi. But you know what though? Mama Joyce doesn't care. And listen, I'm a firm believer of respect your parents. Hands down, respect your parents. But you can respectfully tell your mom to stay out of your marriage, mind her business. Mom, I'm going to leave you. I'm never going to let you starve, Mom, if something happened to me. But this is my husband. When a husband and wife go before God or wherever they went before and said, I do, and get married, everything from that point on belongs to that couple. Okay? If you start having outsiders meddle in the business, that's a sure way and path to get you on divorce row. Okay? You don't want that. Okay? Plus, she said they need to stop bragging on what they have and showing their houses, that reality TV stars are making their jobs harder. I believe that, right? And I think some of them is just not bragging. Wait, it's a mixture of stuff, Tori. I'm going to say this. And guys, I dropped the link in case anybody wants to come up. I'm going to say this. The problem I have, even with this, what's the young man, and it's so sad, may he rest in peace, PNB. I don't know his music. I didn't know who this person was, right? But what breaks my heart is that so many young people now are losing their lives in robberies, right? And, Fat Joe said it best. It's like you want the celebrity to give back to their own area and their own neighborhood. You want the celebrity to spend money in the place where they originated. People get so mad when when a celebrity moves to a different area and never puts back the money in the area from which they came. Now, this was Fat Joe's words, but I connected to it, and I'm paraphrasing it a little bit. He said, but then the ones that stay, y'all take their lives. You want to rob them. You want to beat them down. They put a store in the neighborhood. You want to go pow the store up. You want to steal for them. And are the ones that just leave and never look back smarter? It's very messy. So I think it's sad that if someone has the money and they want to buy themselves a Benz and they want to drive their Benz, and if this is what they're into, if they're into wearing red bottom shoes, carrying Gucci, wearing Gucci, why can't they do it? Why do we have to give in? And I'm not saying that these people should just be flashy and not, worry about themselves, but why should you have to give in to the lowest common denominator and not wear your stuff and be happy because these people want to go around robbing and stealing. And what they should do is they should up the sentence in the amount of time that you can get for doing these heinous crimes. You want to go rob somebody? Then guess what? Bare minimum, you're going to be 5 years. So you sit behind those bars and see if you snatching that person's chain and taking their life is worth you, not being free anymore. So let me see, Ms. Gigi, live by the creed your parents taught you. What happens in this house stays in this house. Yes, folks need to stop one up in the next. Times are dangerous. Be careful. Folks are jealous hearted. There are a lot of jealous people out there, and it's very sad. It's very sad, right? Everyone should carry on. Yeah, Natasha, a lot of people are into that. I'm never gonna carry, like, it's just, I don't like guns. I'm not, but everybody, whatever you feel is necessary. But I'm too chicken. I don't like them. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to be near them. I don't want to be around them, right? So let's just see. So Drew and Ralph with the gaslighting, right? Drew is just special. I think stuff connects with Drew on the same level that stuff connects with Portia. I think and Shereé. And Shereé, I think those three ladies are kind of in the same bucket. I don't know who's on any given day. Maybe one is on a little bit higher level than the other one. But Drew, stuff goes over her head. Stuff goes over her head, and she didn't even realize she was being gaslighted by Ralph. So you know what? Thank God Drew is on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now she knows that she's being gaslit. Is she going to do something about it? I don't know. Now, one thing I will say about Drew that I do agree with, right? I do agree that couples are going to go through a roller coaster ride, right? Couples are going to have to learn how to get along, so to speak. And everything is not going to be a bed of roses. And if what works, Miss Gigi, I agree. Drew is just a special kind of simple. She she is. She is. She's a special kind of simple. I like her though. I like her, but she's a special kind of simple. Fat Joe is definitely correct. But what's also sad is where is BLK live matter? Where's the Black Lives Matter in these situations? The millions that she received. Oh, I forgot her personal interest. Well, and maybe we can have trending topics on that situation, Latanya. That was sad, right? That woman took that money. Well, I guess, you got to be so sensitive now with things, right? But allegedly took that money and used it for herself, was in a mansion. That's sad. The Black Lives Matter Foundation, right? So Harry said, Qua's house is beautiful and she better watch out. She might be next married a medicine. Beautiful Christmas party. Harriet, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But did you say beautiful Christmas party, that Holla Slade party? She named it right, Holla Slade. People got slayed up in that party. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, though. So Sin City, Shereé, Sin, if you don't, I don't even know, I think I put it in my drawer. Sin, if you don't email me so I can send you your Starbucks gift card, now you don't want me and my son to use it now, do you? Email me, but I love you. And Obi Shereé can't stay focused enough to write all that. I think her do call thieving friend. Oh, for Tatum. Okay. So Drew is really a beautiful woman, not the brightest, but beautiful. Yes, she's not the brightest in the bunch, but she's beautiful. I absolutely think, you know what? The whole cast is gorgeous in their own way. I love all of them. A great looking set of ladies. They dress well. They keep themselves well. And the faces, for the most part, is always beat to the nines. I really do love all the ladies. And I think, you know what? This is a good group together. There's a good group. This is a good group together. And only reason why I want them to stay together is because if you keep mixing people up and switching this one out and switching this one out, you don't give the ladies enough time to bond and to glue together. Marlo, I want Marlo to recover, but I want her to recover because it took you a whole decade to get your piece. Don't fumble the bag, girl. So she had to do damage control. And this is what I'm going to give to Andy, right? Andy wanted to save Marlo, and I give it to Andy for that because that's why he sat it there. He sat it there because he wanted to save her. Hey, Sebastian, and hold on one second. Obi, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And I'm glad you love the channel. So, Sebastian, you're in the building. What did you want to add to this conversation? Can you hear me?
First of all, I wanted to come up here and gather your thoughts together for you because you're clearly not thinking correctly right now.
You're trying
So,
to gather me together. Oh, my. Okay, go ahead. Talk to me.
saying first of all, saying that Marlo was damage control or whatever, I was shaking behind the screen, waiting to come up. First of all, Drew did a very good job this season. I'm gonna give it to her because last season I couldn't stand her at all. I really couldn't stand Drew last season. Sonia needs to go because I don't know how you cry to Drew. You cry to Drew. You cry to Drew.
Wait, hold on, Sebastian. You said Drew did very well this season?
Yeah, Drew did very well this season. I really I liked her this season.
Drew did okay. Let's not get crazy. She did drop it with Drew, but she didn't drop it until after the season was over. Okay, come on now, Sebastian. Hold on tight. Okay, hold on one second. This is a very, very good friend of mine. Terry Lynn, thanks for watching, girlfriend. I'm doing well, and I hope you're doing well also. Love you, girl. Thanks for being here. Go ahead, Sebastian, with your shenanigans.
Okay. Also, the moment I didn't come earlier because the moment was live, so I had to come to I had to watch the moment be live.
Well, what did the moment say? Did she say anything interesting?
No, not really.
Exactly. So
Oh,
it wasn't. So she didn't even have a moment. But go ahead.
well, I didn't fully watch the whole live. Obviously, I watched a little bit, then I had something to do, so yeah. Um, yeah, you need to stop. Yeah, you need to stop.
What
Yeah,
did
the
she say?
chat is being messy.
Ah, oh, Sebastian, your birthday passed.
Yeah, it was the 15th.
Well, happy belated birthday. And yes, you must still be drunk, or we have to give you what's his name, Perry's button. Smoke weed every day. Was you smoking?
No, no, I wasn't.
Okay, you just so sunny. A black. So wait, since you're in the building, what do you want to add to this conversation?
I was hoping to get here before Sebastian. Jesus Christ. I really don't want to even talk about this show. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm glad it's over. I'm mad that there's another episode to get through. But this season has been a lot.
Married to Medicine is better than Atlanta.
Yes, for
Oh,
sure.
for sure, 100%. So Kenya talked about her divorce, and she's still not
Oh,
divorced yet. She said that he doesn't want anything, so I don't know what's taking so long. So they're still being
They
held up in
still love
court.
each other. They still love each other low key.
You think that Mark loved Kenya?
no.
Low key, listen, low key. I'm
No,
on
the way
Team
he
Twirl.
talks to
I'm
Ken, the way
always
he
Team
talks to
Twirl.
Ken, if that's love, I would pass on love.
Listen,
No key.
I'm
No key.
always Team. I'm always Team Twirl every single day. I'm Team Twirl, and y'all know it.
Yeah, we know it
But
because you're toxic.
listen, one thing
Wait,
is,
hold
Mark,
on, Sebastian. Sim,
Mark,
go ahead. What was you gonna say?
Because Sebastian is toxic. He likes toxic, remember? I'm not even going to call out the date, but just remember a couple of Fridays ago.
I
We're not gonna go there. We're
We're
not gonna go
not.
there.
We're
We're not
not.
gonna
Because
go there.
my
So
head just stopped hurting from that
yeah,
Friday.
we're not gonna go there. That listen, I was traumatized. I wanted to get help for his friend. We're not going there. So anyway, Ken talked about how her divorce is not finalized and she's doing group dating. Group dating. Okay, Kenya. and she talked about how the guy at the Jamaica trip, he didn't leave her. He just had to go to the bathroom. Well, he must have had to do a number 1, 2, and 3 in that bathroom because he never came back.
Well,
He went to get a morning after pill.
He came back. He came back in her bed the night later. Okay, the same night later on, he did come back.
Okay, so listen, here's the big thing. Martell from Love and Marriage Huntsville, he called Shereé during the reunion. Since
That was
when do they
produced.
get to keep their phones during the reunion? That was new, right?
Produced.
And listen, Andy loves it because he said that Martell is a 10 out of 10. He was just happy. He's just losing his mind over Martell. But here's the thing: Shady, Shady, Anthony called. I'm sorry, Shereé called Anthony. Anthony was trying to get a moment. Anthony wants a peach. Anthony is full of crap. Anthony done nothing but tell lies. And to the point where he was about to ride Drew under the bus, but Andy couldn't press that in button fast enough. Okay, he wanted Shereé to give him that phone because he wanted Anthony to shut up.
Listen,
Yeah.
Anthony is desperate. Anthony's desperate to become an Antonia and have a peach on this show. That is 100% true. And I don't know why he's with Shereé now, because you were just saying how she was not paying, which we all know is a fact. Shereé don't pay. We all know that. You were just saying how she I forgot what else. I'm not in the moment right now. I forgot a lot when I'm in this stage.
Mhm.
Anthony's working for Shereé. He's delivering her products to people as they order them.
Is there anyone in the chat? Is there anyone in the chat who's bought She by Shereé? Is there anyone in the chat who bought She by
No.
I know.
Shereé?
Is there anybody that bought She by Shereé? But wait a minute. So wait. Veronica said, at Diva there. Question: do you think Marlo really uses Kenya hair products? I do. You use it. I do. Kenya's products are amazing. So you do think Kenya's products are amazing?
She uses them. Veronica uses them.
Yeah, no, I get Veronica uses them, but she said, do I really think Marlo uses them? I don't. I think they was just shading each other at the moment.
Yeah, I think Marlo uses whenever they transplant it like that, they give them special products to use. And I'm sure she's using it.
Yeah, I think that I feel the same way too. Yeah, Anthony is a liar. So Anthony,
Desperate.
he's desperate. I didn't like Anthony. Like I said it before when Anthony first showed up. He is no what is his name? His name is slipping my mind right now.
Dwight.
He's no Dwight. He's no Miss J. He's none of that.
Miss
He
Lawrence.
could
None
go
of that.
sit down. He could go sit down somewhere. I didn't like Anthony from the moment I saw him. Go ahead.
He's not also a Miss Lawrence as well, because Miss Lawrence was on the show too.
Yeah, he's not an influence. He's an epic fail. Martell
He's-
was in the NYC. Why would he call her knowing she's on stage? Exactly, because you know what? Andy wanted it. Somebody said earlier, I didn't get to put up the comment, that Andy is here for the mess.
Oh
He
yeah,
loves
for
the
sure.
mess.
Yeah.
And Shereé is so slow. She just is giggly and is happy. And you know what? Listen, everybody deserves a second chance. But when you clearly going to walk into the lion's den with a man that did his wife dirty, did the side chick dirty, and if you watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, I still got to finish watching Sonny's episode. But apparently he was sleeping with the party planner or his manager or whatever. He's just a mess. He's a mess.
He's nasty.
He's nasty. Well, you know what?
And
That's the
Shereé
better
is
word.
not. And Shereé is not. She ain't that bright.
No, she's not.
She acts like she's a little Mara. And when you have kids real young and early in age, it stunts your growth, and it's apparent with her.
For her, it's not her growth that it's done. It's not her mind.
That's what I mean by growth, Sebastian.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
Sid, wait, hold on. You said because Shereé had her first daughter young.
Yes.
Yeah, some people it helps them grow up a little bit quicker.
And we're looking at Shereé right now. It didn't help her at all. The broad's
Well, it
still young.
didn't.
She's
Well,
52 years old, and all she has going for her is possibly her looks and that body that I think she really did to get it together. But other than that, the girl ain't bright.
she's not like she's pretty slow. But Toria, you're in the building. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Victoria.
Hi, Toria.
Hey, Sebastian. Hey, everybody. Um, that show was so boring. Oh
It
Amen.
my
was.
god. And Shereé is a hot mess. And that phone call with Martell, come on now. I know she told him she was filming. That she probably talked to him while she was in a makeup chair. That was all stunt. And did you see Andy drag her on the after show last night?
I didn't see it because you know what? I had enough, and I was like, I'm not beat. What did he say?
Well, Candy was on the after show and he said since the reunion had already been filmed before Shereé launched her website, and him and Candy went to talking about how Sheree's website is a hot mess and she don't know what she doing, and trying he was like, what's the name of that clothes she tried to pass off as hers? And he said the name of it, Sheen or Shine or whatever it is called. And he was like, he brought it up to Candy. He's messy. I told y'all when I first met y'all, from day one of him starting that show, I peeped him out because I used to be a frequent caller. But once I found out that I could not ask the questions that I wanted to, that I posted on Facebook that I was going to ask, they call you. You don't call them 11 o'clock at night. They call you 2 o'clock in the afternoon and tell you somebody's going to call you in 5 minutes. Go in your bathroom to a very quiet place, and then Andy will call you in and you ask this question. And they tell you the question to ask, and it's not the question you want to ask.
Well, you know
And
what?
he,
I'm gonna be honest with you though, Toria. That's all of these shows. So,
but it's messy because it's something to get it stirred that you wouldn't even ask, because it really is like not a good question. So when he sometimes reads them cards and says, oh, such and such from somewhere wants to know, no, Andy wants to know because it's usually something very messy. And
Oh.
now he's having another problem because he said they messed up because they're trying to do the legacy New York and then the old, the legacy one for
The
Peacock and
mhm.
the other women for the regular show. Well, the women that they hired for the regular show, they all quit. They walked off and quit. So now they don't know what they're going to do. They're scrambling. They're going to have to move around when they're going to start Salt Lake, when they're going to start Vanderpump Rules. They're all in a fluster over there.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? When the Real Housewife franchise started, it was everything.
Yes, it
It
was.
has sent all of them. There's some that are still on fire. Potomac's on fire. Married to Medicine's on fire, but a lot of
Married to
them have
Medicine is not a
fallen
housewife
out.
show. Married to
Which one?
Medicine is not a housewife show. Married to Medicine is a show with accomplished women except Toya. Ooh.
Oh, okay. So, but you know what I mean? Like their shows have fallen off because it's giving us a lot of the same. And I think that the fans are getting tired. New York has been going downhill for a while. Um, and I think the season that what's the name, Ebony was on,
Oh
it
Lord.
it it, it just
That just
made
wrecked
things,
it.
it
It
wrecked
wrecked
it.
it.
It wrecked it. That's
Mhm.
a good word. It wrecked it. And I think that now at this point, and then to me, what is her name? What's the two ladies' names? Ramona
And
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 Luann.
Sonia and Luann.
they
But
didn't totally 100% represent New York, right?
no,
So they needed a revamping anyway. They need to go back to the drawing board with them. And somebody said Andy, a boring host, he's not funny. You know, with Andy being the host of the reunions, I don't know who else would be able to host it. I would have to really think long and
I
hard
have a
about that.
question. I have a question.
Yes.
Andy is entering his geriatric stage
Oh
in
my. This is Sebastian said talking to the gray hair diva. You heard what he said, but go ahead, Sebastian.
He's always throwing in them digs about age. Look, I'm gonna get you. You just turned 21. You
Barely.
must have drank. You must have drank your first drink last night because you still got your mind clouded. Talking
and
about
Andy,
geriatrics.
Andrew
But go ahead,
Cohen.
Sebastian. You know I don't mind. Go ahead, continue on with your stuff.
Andrew Cohen
Mhm.
just entered his geriatric stage. Just 20 more years close to the nursing home, and
He said
and
20 years to the nursing home. Go
people
ahead.
suspect that he's gonna be the host of these reunions forever. Like, when are we ever gonna get a new host? Like, it's time that he does his Watch What Happens lives and try to focus on his Watch What Happens live and actually has a slot for it, so it doesn't have to be stuck to the other shows. So he could get the ratings up by itself instead of dragging ratings to him.
Well, let me tell you
He
something,
needs to get
Sebastian.
down from that
You
show.
might be a little right about that because on his podcast, Radio Andy, he'll put clips up sometimes on his YouTube channel, and he said this Beverly Hills Housewife reunion did him in. Out of all the reunions he's done over the years, he's really thinking how much longer he can do the reunions because he said this reunion did him in. So you might be
Yeah,
right about it.
he has said that earlier too because they didn't do a cast picture. That reunion was a mess. But you know what though? Beverly Hills has a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Beverly Hills, and so this RHOA reunion was full of fluff. And just because there was a time where some reunions needed 3 parts, that doesn't mean he has to drag every single reunion show to make it 3 parts. It's just messy.
No, no. This one could have been done, like you said, in 2 hours, and not even that. An
Not
hour
even
and
that.
a half, and that's it.
Not even that.
They
So
need to
when
bring
Nicki
back
Minaj took
Kim.
over the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, for me, and please nobody come for me. For me, it didn't give me anything. It didn't
Me
give me
neither.
anything different. It didn't give me any So you
Mhm.
have to have somebody be the host of the reunion that is passionate about the Real Housewives franchise, period. That is not going to be take sides, that's going to be neutral and going to ask and call everybody to the carpet on their stuff. And again, Andy, for every franchise, he has his favorites, right? And
Yep.
he wanted to, and that's why I'm gonna give it to him. He wanted to help Marlo recover her image. Okay. He wanted to help Marlo recover her image. That's why he sat her there. That's why he let her give this long dictation about her life in the foster care and blah 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 as
Mhm.
we was playing the violin about everything that she was saying.
Oh yeah,
But
and he even talked about to Candy about he caught hell about the seating chart for the RHOA reunion. He said everybody
praise the
was coming
Lord,
for him. Huh?
praise the Lord. I
Yep.
said it too.
He said everybody came for him. He said Black Twitter came for him. Everybody came for him about
For
that seating
sure.
chart. And Candy said she don't want to sit up the front because the worst time she ever had was when she sat next to him, and she don't want to be there.
She
Oh,
got PTSD.
with the
She probably
paper.
got PTSD from sitting in that seat, but he still, even if she wasn't going to sit there, she shouldn't have been all the way at the end. And but the cheating chart was definitely off. Why was she by Shereé next to him? Because she finally pulled off a fashion show. Get out of here. Brenda, my Instagram is the Gray Diva. I believe it is the Gray Diva. So yes, check me out. Come follow me. So yeah, you are right. I'm glad he caught heck for that darn season chart because it was off. And listen, I don't think Marlo should have been up there. Actually, you know what? They probably could have put the names in the hat, shuck the bag up when they got out on the stage and say, pluck the name out, and that's whoever gets number one, you sit on my right side. Whoever gets number two, you sit on the left, and we go accordingly. Because none of them had a strong storyline this season that deserved that covenant spot.
No, but you know what? um, I was cooking when you was talking about Sonia,
Oh,
however you say her name,
Lord.
talking about her with Drew. Now, did you hear when she said, because I told you I fell asleep, I had to keep waking up and rewinding it. But
I don't blame
she
you.
did say that she calls Marlo out for the things that she says. She says she calls her on the phone, and then even Marlo said it that yeah, she calls me up when I said something about Kenya and I shouldn't have said nothing about her child and what I said about Candy and I shouldn't have said that. But you know that question, I think that lady that was arguing with Drew at that table, I think she put that question in there about Candy. I really do.
For two?
Platoon.
Yeah, I think she did that.
I mean, she could have. What's her name? Shereé could have put her up to it.
Of
Yep. I
course.
Shereé could have
really
put her up
believe
to it. Yeah, I
exactly.
don't. The thing is, I don't know, but I'll just say this. So whoever did it was messy, and like Andy said, why would you do a game like that at your daughter's birthday party?
At a
No, she's
child,
allowed
that's
to.
a little baby.
She's
That
allowed to
that
have those games. No, no, it's not like she had the kids listening into those games. She was on her own side of the room and played those games with the
that
with.
room was not that big, Sebastian. Get out of here. And the little girl was walking all around and playing and all the kids was walking around. Kids got ears, and not all the children was Kenya's baby's age. The way them women get together and cursing and drinking and stuff shouldn't have been around that age child. I'm sorry. I
Uh,
don't like when children's baby birthday parties turns into adult parties. I don't like
I don't
that.
either.
If you're going to
I
have
don't
a
either.
child's party, see, Sebastian, you're not a parent yet. When you become a parent, then you will change your tune about doing things around little children. Things like that. Them women, that group of women, you don't know when somebody's going to be ticked off about they had an argument with their husband or something happened and they get a few drinks in them. You don't know what might happen. And you wouldn't want any of them children to get hurt. Look what happened at Quad's birthday party. Fighting breaks out. You don't
Oh,
want a child, a small
the
child
Holland
around.
slave party. The
You
Holland
don't
slave
want
party.
Yeah, you don't want a child or a little small child around. And when things get to flying, that's how innocent people get hurt. But I can't wait till tomorrow to talk about that because I found a whole lot of stuff out about Toya.
Okay, well we gonna get down with that tomorrow. But hold on,
Yeah,
Smoke,
I
you're
can't
in the
wait till
building.
tomorrow.
You
Hey,
Smoke, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation?
hey,
um,
Smoke.
hey, y'all, messy,
Hey,
messy,
Smoke.
Kenya, messy, Miss America.
Miss
Does
USA, put some respect on her name. She won
I'll
Miss
put some
USA
damn
and
respect on
represented the
acts like
US in
a mother,
Miss
and she
Universe.
cares
And
for
that
her
Put
was
some
kids. She
20
ain't gonna
some
have a
years
correct
ago.
party.
She ain't no miss or nothing now. Why is her divorce
Madam.
taking longer than she been married? Get out of here. Even Andy had to ask her, what is going on with that divorce? Come
Mm.
on.
Okay,
She's
hold on,
trying
guys.
to.
Let Smoke talk. Go ahead, Smoke.
Gather all y'all
Answer that,
together.
Toria. She's trying to make sure that the NDA that Mark signed for her to pay his taxes before they got married doesn't get leaked out to us. So that's why she's trying to make sure
Mm.
it's signed, sealed, delivered, and buried under the gravesite as much as she can. So that's the reason why. But that whole party, like, honestly, I was looking like, Kenya, you knew what you were doing, especially with these group of women. You knew the dynamics were already starting to shift, especially with Drew saying that Shereé don't pay. So you knew it was going to be some mess. So I don't understand how you're like, it's a kids party. It's gonna be a little fun. You do the fun shade stuff. Do that when y'all don't have anyone around you. But when you have kids around you, like you have to like kind of just put the drama to the side and be like, we're not gonna do this here. Like keep it simple, or just don't do it at all. Don't invite them to a kids party. Just have a separate party for y'all.
Exactly. Kenya was just doing her job while hosting her child's birthday party. LOL multitasking. And
Exactly.
she got an epic fail. she got an
Put some
epic
respect
fail.
on
To
her
the
name.
one lady who was like, oh my God, I have to leave. I gotta get out of here with my kids. Y'all messy. And
That was
that's
a
right.
justified
You
Karen.
you are messy doing that around the kids, okay? Go ahead. Who were you saying, Sebastian?
I said that Karen was justified. The one who wanted to leave and everything and was complaining. That Karen was justified.
But see,
But
Ashley, that's
wasn't
why we
she
have a
Kenya's
problem.
friend?
How you say
Who
she's
was that
justified
white
in
lady anyway? Who was she? Was she Kenya's friend?
I think her kid plays with
Yeah, she
Brooklyn.
probably, yeah.
They
Yeah,
went to
she
school
probably,
together.
maybe they go to the same daycare or something together. It don't matter who
Oh,
was
oh,
there.
I
Y'all
was wondering
green
who she
orange,
was.
yeah, yellow, green, orange, whatever. You shouldn't did that nonsense is not for no kids party to say who somebody sucking somebody
Well,
something
you
in the
should have told
bathroom,
Marlo
locker
to
room, or
not write
whatever.
that. You should have told
Huh?
Marlo of Fatum to not write that.
how can you control what other people are
They
gonna
should
write, Sebastian? Why?
they should have made sure they didn't write nasty stuff on that.
But how can you control other adults? She should have just not had the game period at all.
Right, right, right.
With
And
all that class Kenya
here's the
has.
thing though too, right? Why
She had
can't they
class.
ever have a moment? It was a kids party. Why can't they ever have a moment where they just say, you know what? Some of us known each other for a long time. Some of us are getting to know each other. Just go around the room and say what you like about so and so or somebody at this table. It doesn't always have to be no dirty, like nasty game and everything is just so shady. It's a tea party. You got the kids there. Keep it cute and sweet. Don't keep it messy.
Mhm.
My daughter
Um,
keeps wanting to find Kenya's hair stuff. She can't find it in North Carolina. She had me look up here in Pennsylvania. I told her I can't find it at none of the stores up here. Not none of the CVS's, and I went to like 10 of them. I'm like, I don't know if the only CVS they're at is down in Georgia.
Toria, I have a
I have
question.
no idea.
Toria, did you look in the section where they sell the water and the juice? See if it was.
Wait, I was listening closely.
Smoke.
I thought Smoke was about to say something. See, Smoke, you wrong. But listen, hold on, guys. Let me tell y'all this. Somebody said Sally. Let me tell you this. Smoke and I, we're going to see Sheree Shepherd. We're giving Sheree a chance. I hope you're trying to give Sheree a chance,
Oh
right?
boy,
Yeah.
we're talking about
We're
that
going
one
to
now.
see.
Oh no, Diesel. I tried all week. I couldn't do it. She's so boring. Oh my God. I'm going to watch Jennifer next week because I just couldn't do Sheree. Her jokes is lame. Sheree cannot hold a show without having somebody next to her to talk to. Wendy used to hold the show with 0 guests. Plus, everybody wants hot topics, and she's not going to do it. She could have revamped the hot topics to make it her own. And then I just read an article today from TMZ that she was crying and stuff because the ratings are really bad.
Oh.
The ratings are in the trash. But hold on one
You
second.
told this was gonna
So
happen.
Smoking.
You told
Well,
you.
hold on one second, guys. I'll let you talk. Give me a second, Sebastian. So Smoke and I, we're going with Thursday. We're going Thursday. We're going to give Sheree a chance. We're going to give Sheree a
Oh,
chance.
that's right. You're going to the show, right?
We're
You're
going
going
to
to
the
the
show Thursday.
show.
But what I was going to say to you, Tori, is because she did a whole promotional tour in New York. So we're going to pop in a CBS or two. We're going to pop in over
Okay.
Smoke. I'm going to wear my
Yes.
walking shoes. We're going to
Field
pop
trip.
in a CBS or two and see if we see this Kenya Moore here kid, okay? We're going to ask the people which islands it in. We're going to take pictures for y'all. We may do a little video, but we're going to see if Kenya
Go to
Moore
Mark's
here
restaurant, Diva, and see do Mark has some on the counter when you walk in.
Y'all better put your orders in.
Gloria.
Out of oratorio.
Yeah, maybe I put it. If we see it, I'm gonna put it on the community page. Maybe we have to take some orders, and we'll ship Kenya Moore hair care for y'all. Leslie, yes, this Thursday, the 22nd, we're gonna be in the building at Sheree Shepherd, 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay, we're gonna be there.
Tell me if you see a lot of people, or tell me if it's packed. Tell
Well,
us.
no,
Yeah, and I
listen,
can't wait. Do you know what day they're going to air that episode? You can find out while you're there because I used to do that when I would go to Wendy's show. I'd find out what day that episode was going to air so that
Diva
we can
ain't
watch it, and then
Diva ain't
maybe
new to
we can
this.
see y'all in the audience.
Diva ain't
wait.
new to
Okay,
this.
yes, Leslie. Wait, hold on one second, Leslie. Yes, this Thursday, the 22nd, we're going to be in the building. But listen, we Smoke heard that the 11 o'clock show taping is going to be Tyler Perry's going to be there. That's the show we needed to be in,
The
but
2 p.m.
it's okay. But
Yeah.
it's okay. Pia, I think I'm hearing feedback from your thing.
Let me put that on mute to see.
Okay.
Oh, Diva, I have something to say.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Didn't we all say that this was going to happen with Sheree? We all said this. The only reasons why the show had higher ratings when Sheree was hosting for Wendy was because the crowd felt as if Wendy was going to come back. But once we figured out that Wendy was not coming back, we were not going to watch it anymore. And besides, the fans, they have beef with Debbar Mercury. So you may not even just see Sheree show's rating goes low. You may even see Jennifer Hutchinson not have good ratings too. Because the whole point is Debbar Mercury that they're boycotting.
I think though, I'm gonna tell you this, Sebastian. I've been watching both of them, Sheree and Jennifer.
Oh Lord.
Even if we forget about Wendy for 1 minute, so here I'm gonna take you back, Sebastian, because you know how you like to do the geriatric people and all that. Okay, I'm gonna take you back for a minute.
You know I love my nursing home patients.
Listen, Sebastian. So I'm gonna take you back for a moment. I watched Ricky Lake. I watched Jenny Jones. I watched Oprah. I love to watch talk shows, okay? And I've been to them all. I've been to Jerry Spring. I've been to every last talk show that was in the city. Been there, done that, right?
That was
Remember Donahue and Sally Jesse Raphael?
You
Come
on the
on
water
now,
show?
with the red glasses. Okay,
Mhm.
so what else? Jenny Jones. Okay, now
You've been to
Jenny
the ones that were
Jones. Let me tell you this about Jenny Jones. This is why I don't understand how people don't mind getting those breast implants and all of that. Not that I ever thought about getting them, but if I did, Jenny Jones scared me straight. Okay. Jenny Jones, if you go way back, she did a People magazine cover and she talks because back when she got them, they was doing silicone and not selling, right? And that silicone leaked in her body and it mutilated it. But anyway, I say all that to say that people see people doing a talk show and don't realize that it ain't that easy. Okay, so you got to have that it factor when you're doing these talk shows. You got to know how to draw the audience in. And I think even if it had nothing to do with her taking the Wendy Williams slot, because she didn't take Wendy Williams' show. We all know now that Wells Fargo was doing Wendy Williams a solid. Okay, we know for a fact now because we saw the aftermath shenanigans with Wendy that something is not right. We don't have to agree with the something is, but we know for a fact that Wendy Williams lost her own spot, right? So
them breast implants could have leaked in her body too, because she got hers way back when too.
But she changed it.
She changed them. But so what I'm saying is, if Sheree didn't have to even compete against the whole Wendy shenanigans, there you go. Come on, bring back them shows, yo. Arsenio Hall, Root. He had an it factor. He had his own little thing, right?
Sheree doesn't have an it factor.
There you go. That's what I'm getting at, Sebastian. She doesn't have that thing that is drawing the people in. I love Jennifer Hudson, but right now she doesn't have that thing that is drawing the people in. Oprah had the it factor. Montel Williams, there's a singer called Montel Williams, but there was also a talk show host called Montel Williams. He was arrogant, but he had the it factor. Donahue had the it factor. I'm not in love with what is the one, the doctor that comes on, Dr. Phil.
Dr.
I'm not in
Oz.
love. Yeah, Dr. Oz. I went to Dr. Oz. I went to not Dr. Phil, but I've been to Dr. Oz show. But I'm gonna tell you this hands down. They all have something that draws the audience in. So did Ellen. She had her little how she came out and danced. You got to find something to draw the people in. And I'm telling you right now, Sheree doesn't have it, and neither does Jennifer Hudson. And that's not me hating on them.
Steve,
they just don't have it. Yes, go ahead, Sin.
Diva, I have a question though. Do you think that if, let's say, she had an episode where she had to sit down with her husband and her baby, that would give her the it
Then you
factor?
know what? Now you got that Sebastian energy. Then you know what, Smoke?
I'm just
You know
asking a
what, Smoke? Now you
question.
pulling that
Josh,
Sebastian
look,
energy.
I'm just being messy, but I'm question though. I'm trying to help the sis out so she can stay on for at least season
Sherry,
2.
Sherry falls all over her guests. Like they're, bigger or better than her. Some of her guests didn't even have as much talent as Sherry had. Like when she did different movies and shows, she was okay in them. But if you notice, everything Sherry's done after The View, it always got canceled.
Yeah.
Every
Okay. So wait,
sitcom she
guys.
was in,
Yeah.
every
Give me
sitcom
a
she
minute,
did.
guys. Pia, you're in the building. Did you want to add to the conversation? Is that you still, Pia, giving a lot of feedback?
Nope, I have my headset in.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You sound good just now. Go ahead. What do you want to add to the conversation?
Oh no, I was just listening and wondering why you would subject yourself to a Sherry Shepherd show. Do you owe someone money or something? I was just wondering. I mean, blink twice if you owe somebody money, because I wouldn't waste my money on that.
Bucket
I
list.
wouldn't. I just wouldn't waste my disability check on it. I'm sorry.
Tell it,
That's a
Pia.
disability check.
Listen, Pia.
Her and Smoke is going out to have a nice day in New York. That's what it really is about. They're going to stop by the Sherry Show, but they're going to have a nice day out in New York and stop by Mark's restaurant and get some tea and see if they can see Mark. They're going to have a good day. They're going to have a good
Oh
time.
yeah. In New
Well,
York,
I
have
would
a good time in September.
I would
Wait,
skip.
go
I
ahead.
would.
Listen to Sherry show.
Hold on, guys. Go ahead, Pia. Finish.
I would skip Mark too. I just think you should go to New York, sightsee, have a good time. If you want to walk past the Sherry building, fine. I don't need to know that you did that. But I just wouldn't waste my disability check on it. I'm sorry. I wouldn't waste my disability or my YouTube money going to see her. Just like I didn't waste my Sunday off watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. I wasn't gonna look at She by Scam Shereé. I wasn't gonna hear that, and I damn
That's what
sure
I
was
call
not.
this. She by
And,
scamming.
and I damn sure wasn't gonna sit up there and hear Marlo use her nephews as an excuse while Candy just smiles and talks at the same time. I was not going to subject myself to that. But if you wanted to, I support your decision.
Oh,
Just
So
like the
listen,
woman.
because listen, Smoke and I are going on a mission, okay? We're going on a mission because we gotta find Kenya Moore here in the CBS.
yes.
We're going to see what's really good with Sherry. We're going to tell her don't cry. Keep your head up. We're going to tell her keep her head up. We're going to tell her keep her head up.
Diva, you missed a comment. Someone said Sherry Shepherd's body is like Build-A-Bear.
See.
And that's another thing too, Diva. Why would you go see Sherry Shepherd when you can go to your local Rite Aid, CVS, whatever stores out there and get a Mr. Potato Head?
Oh,
See, yeah. Okay, so hold on. We gotta have a quick conversation. They tell me to blink twice. See, okay, listen. Okay, so here's the thing. We gotta have a quick conversation, right? We gotta give Sherry a moment. We gotta give her a moment. We're gonna be fair. We gotta be fair, right? We're gonna be fair.
that was
here,
last
okay?
week.
But no, listen. Even when you get a job out in the streets, like you work at Target, Walmart, they give you a probation period, and it's about what is it? About 6 months?
It's 3 months.
It's 3 months. Thank you, Sebastian. Right? So it's 3 months. We gotta give her at least 3 months. We gotta give her 90 days. We gotta give her 90 days. I'm giving her 90 days. I'm giving Jennifer 90 days. None of them are like, catching me where I forget that they on. Now, let me tell you this for fact. Wendy, I remembered. I'm like, oh shoot, it's 10 o'clock. I got to watch.
Ooh, I used to watch the first air, the live one, at 10
Yep.
o'clock.
Yep. Tabitha said time. Come on, yo, we got to give them a probation period.
But if we're gonna give Sherry 90
Yes.
days, then Jennifer deserves more than 90 days because she's Sheree's been doing this for quite a while, and she still hasn't gotten it right. This is Jennifer's first try at it.
But can I just
And I'm
ask
not watching either one of them.
can I just ask a question about the Shereé and the 90 days thing?
Yes.
Did she give that baby 90 days before she gave it back?
Y'all,
I rest
wrong. Y'all wrong.
I rest my
Last thing
I
Yeah,
rest
go
my
ahead.
case. I rest
That's-
my case.
That's what I was going to say after what Smoke said. If Shereé was to bring on her ex-husband and so say child, yeah, that would change things a lot for the viewers, but it would change things a lot for her too. Although I think if she admitted that that child exists, her husband might. No, he wouldn't. Yeah, he might not ask her for child support. Yeah, he would.
He is already on child support.
No, I know. I'm talking about less than it.
He needs to ask for more. He needs to ask for more.
Who's Alexander Rogers?
I love that guy. He's funny.
Nobody just like Shereé.
I don't know.
He is a YouTuber, Alexander Rogers, and he's always roasting the hell out of Sheree Shepherd.
Oh. Listen,
Like
no, okay,
he called her body a traffic cone.
Oh.
Yeah, I did hear that.
See, okay, so we're gonna leave that alone here. I don't want to do that here. I just want to say this. We gotta give Sheree, okay, so you feel Jennifer, I do agree with you, right? Because Sheree's supposed to be a veteran, right? So Sheree's gonna get 90 days, and Jennifer Hudson is gonna get 120 days, and then we can come back together and we will make our decision at that point. Are we in agreement?
No.
Can I vote today in case I'm not here in 120
Shereé
days?
does not deserve 90 days.
So hold on. Let
Shereé
me
does
speak
not
to one
deserve 90
person at a
days.
time. Go ahead, Sebastian. Are you in agreement with what did we say?
What you
90
say?
days for Sheree Shepherd and 120 days for Jennifer. That's their probation period. Are you in agreement?
No.
No.
Okay, Shereé is a quote unquote comedian. Why should I give her 90 days for doing her job that she's experienced at? I will give her 45 days. That's what she's getting. 45 days. And the thing is, I watched the first episode and I couldn't anymore. After 20 minutes, I was like, nope, I have other things to do. Let me go to my lecture.
Be somebody giving Sheree their gig. Okay, so everybody in the chat, let me know. You got to tell me who you giving what. I want to give Sheree Shepherd 90 days, and we're going to get Jennifer Hudson 120 days. So tell me how many days of probation we're giving each host. But I do think we should at least give them a chance. Ken, are you good with my 90 days and my 120 days?
I'm good with the 120 days, but Shereé only needs 30. She's
my.
She does. I mean, but
see, Ken, let me ask you this then. Can we give Shereé more days because not her fault? Deborah Mercury, they ushered Shereé Shepherd into the job wrong. So can we give her some days because they did it wrong?
No.
Oh wow.
She accepted the challenge.
She was too dumb. She should have said, you know what, I'm gonna take the contract, but I don't want to be promoting my show on Wendy. I do not want to be sending emails based off of Wendy. I do not want to be having commercials based off of Wendy's show. That's what she should have did. But no, she wanted to be dumb, just like she was dumb in the fertility journey that she did with her husband that she knew that was cheating on her and didn't want to be with her.
Okay. Toria, are you good with my 90 and 120 days, Toria?
I can't. I gave her the whole week and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. Friday, I just had to cut it off after 10 minutes. I can't do it. She has the most experience because she was on The View all them years. Then she filled in for Wendy all these months. She might as well say she did almost the whole season, except for the only time I really watched it when she filled in for Wendy was the last episode. And the rest of the time I only watched when Fat Joe and Remy Ma was there. The rest of the time I didn't watch because I couldn't stand Jerry O'Connell. I can't stand that man. And when you were talking about somebody replacing Andy, I hope they don't get him or that guy that used to be on TV that still thinks he's a star. What's his name? The guy that was on Watch What Happens Live with Erica last week.
Oh, Michael
Michael Rappaport.
Rappaport. I hope they don't get nobody like that to take over for the reunions, because I would never watch another reunion then, because I can't stand either one of them white men. They're both
I'm
lunatics.
gonna be honest with you though. Like hosting too is not an easy job. Sometimes people watch and they think it would be so easy to do.
Oh no, I know that reunions ain't easy
yeah.
because they're there 16, 24 hours taping that show. Because they take lunch breaks, dinner breaks. They're there from early in the morning. I think the lady said they got there like 5, 6 in the morning. And it was the earliest they ever left out at this one at 8 o'clock. But usually the rest of them, they don't get out of there till 2, 3 in the morning. So
yeah. So Pia, are we giving this 90? Are we giving this 90 and 120 days?
No,
Oh my.
I'm sorry. I can't do it. I just, I have a bad back and I get migraines. So no.
Not my days, Pia.
I just can't. Sheree Shepherd didn't know that the earth was round for a very long time. And I still don't think she knows that the earth is round. Diva, please don't ask me questions when you know the answers to them. Why are we Diva, that is like asking me why are bats black? Why are bushes bushy? Why is the sky blue? If we keep asking me questions like that, we're all going to be here all night.
I'm getting a headache. I'm getting a headache.
And oddly enough, I say I'm getting a headache when I look at Sheree Shepherd.
I gotta go wash my dishes and clean my kitchen up.
So there you go. There you go. Why are we pretending that this isn't happening? Today is Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday. Come on, we gotta, get our priorities straight. I'm not doing it. No. Sometimes you have to pick and choose. You have to pick and choose your own battle, and this is a battle I'm not willing to choose.
You're gonna make me choke on my water.
I will commit to watching the show that you and Smoke go to see. I'll commit to watch that show.
We're going Thursday. I don't know which one is live because she tapes 2 on Thursdays. I'm guessing the 8 a.m. one is live. That's the one we're going to be at. But I also got an email. They need more people to come to that show. They were trying to give me extra tickets, but I was like, listen, who's going to get up and be on that line 8 o'clock in the morning with us? So me and Smoke, we taking a hit, and we're going to go look for this Kenya Moore hair care. I'm going to have to put my sneakers on or something. I don't know. I'm going to figure out my footwear because we're going to go. I'm committed to going to 5 CVS's in the city. After 5, we're done. Okay, we're going to go to lunch, and that's that.
And Bravo was so shady because this is the second time on their reunion that they had a commercial with Candy promoting the Brat's wife Judy's Kaleidoscope hair care line.
Now I seen that in Walmart.
Yeah, they have that everywhere. Yep, I seen that.
Kaleidoscope I had seen. Okay, so we got the Kenya Moore people in here because they telling us to go to Sally's. But
my Sally's did not have it. Sally's up here did not have it.
I have Ultra Beauty. I have a lot of Ultra Beauty. So we're gonna search for it. We're gonna look. But we're about to close out. I love you guys especially because tomorrow Married to Medicine is going to be fire. I got a lot to say, okay? Got a lot to say about Audra, the lawyer, okay? The lawyer. I got a lot to say about her, how she wants to buck up her chest, okay?
She has every right to buck up. Buck up does not mean assault.
She got the right to buck up? Okay. Yep. Got the right to buck up.
Knew Sebastian was going to say that. I knew Sebastian was going to say that. I knew that.
She knows the law. Maybe Toya should take a lesson from her so she don't have all these liens.
We're gonna save it for tomorrow, Sebastian.
I don't want to get too much into tomorrow's show, Sebastian. But guess what? Toya punks everybody, and they fall for the punk every time. Okay, so you are a lawyer. How do you let somebody punk you to the point where you're gonna buck your chest up against them? You got more to lose than Toya. Are you kidding me right now? But we'll talk about it tomorrow.
No, she doesn't have more to lose because Toya already has liens on her. So
I
Toya's gonna
said
be in the negative.
Audra got more to lose. You gonna buck up on somebody and you got more to lose than that person you bucking up against? Come on now, Audra. You let her see you sweat. Toya called you and you answered the phone call. Come on, girl. You're a lawyer.
We're gonna talk about this tomorrow, Diva. Calm
We're
down.
going to thank you, Stan. We're going to talk because you get me worked up, Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Get me
He
worked
does that.
up.
He does
But
The
that.
same way you got me worked up for that. I don't know.
no, go ahead. But we're
Shereé.
going to close out. What are your
What did I?
final
What did I?
words?
Diva,
did I
you know
say
how
that-
them youngins are. You
Yes,
know how
yes,
them
thank you,
youngins are.
Toria. Okay, because he calling us Jerry Action. You know how them youngins are. But Pia, what was you going to say?
What did I say about Sherry Shepherd that wasn't true?
See, you know what, Pia, you know I ain't messing with you. But wait,
What?
hold on. Let me say this. I'm not on Twitter, so somebody tweet Andy for me and ask him where I can send my invoice. I want to bill him for this 3 hours of me watching this darn reunion, okay? Because I'm gonna watch the next week's one, but I want my money back. So Sebastian, what's your final words on the RHOA reunion?
My final words on the RHOA reunion. It's time that we have other and get rid of some of these housewives. I'm tired of it. I do not want to see Sonia. I really don't. I really don't. Yes, she's an Olympic champion. She's a track star. She could stick to that. She could stick to that. Housewives is not for her. She was crying for Drew. Drew, keep doing what you're doing. You did actually good this season. I like you because you brought out Shereé. You make Shereé work this season because Shereé never worked or pays, which is why
You guys have to. Sebastian, you have to understand. Shereé only works if you know she feels like the work is sufficient enough. That's probably why Bob left her.
Tabitha, tweet Andy for me. Tell him I want my time back. Sin, what is your final words?
I can't wait for this to be over. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to next Sunday though. It's just really bad. It's so fake. It's the whole phoniness for me. Like you have your phone beside you, and when somebody call you, answer it because it's Martell. Please.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was nasty. It was nasty. You know, Kenya don't, when Kenya needs to speak, she doesn't speak, and what she said was inappropriate. And I thought she was big on people being appropriate and inappropriate. She was very inappropriate.
Who was inappropriate?
Kenya.
Kenya was not inappropriate. What
Yes, she was. When she was talking about Martell's thing.
Yeah, that was inappropriate.
Well, she knows
inappropriate.
Andy likes that. She knows Andy likes that, especially chocolate.
You don't let nobody take you off your brand, though. If your brand is to be appropriate, then you be appropriate all the time. You can find a way to say that without
Come
saying
on, Sin. Come on, Sin. And Sin, we promised we was going to talk about this tomorrow, but that's my problem with Audra. You're a lawyer, boo. You told us that you don't let nobody play with your job, but you just played yourself.
Just like Phaedra did with Candy.
But I'll carry on. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Toria, what's your final words?
Toria,
can you hear
I'm
us?
reclaiming my time.
Girl. Claim it. Tori, are you on Twitter?
Yes. But I hardly ever go on there.
All right, because I don't have Twitter. I was going to tell you tweet Andy for me. Somebody got to tweet Andy for me. Tell him the gray hair diva, she want her time back. She want her money back. I want to know where to send my invoice.
We all want our money back.
Where do I send my invoice? Pia, do I dare ask? What's your final word?
Latoya Hutchinson.
You should have just did what I did, which was gone and got a yogurt and went to bed. Okay. Some of us have things to do on a Monday, and I was not going to watch that. So I had to look at Shereé acting like a. Let me shut up.
Good night,
But no,
everybody.
I ain't got nothing to say.
See you tomorrow. Yes, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Okay. Smoke, what are your final words?
Oh Lord.
I'm tired of manipulative Marlo, stupid behind Shereé, crazy Kenya, and Adderall Andy. I'm sick of all of them. They need to get their stuff together. It's not giving what it's supposed to be given. They are tearing the legacy real housewives down to the ground where there's nothing left to be built. I have a Twitter, and I'm not only going to invoice Andy, I'm going to charge him interest because that reunion it's subpar. It is below what they have done before, and I don't. And
Have the ratings come out
I
yet?
think someone needs to replace Andy like now.
I don't, but we gotta find a replacement first. So, Smoke, before we fire him, we gotta find a replacement. And please, hashtag Andy, do whatever you do on Twitter and tell him we want our money back. Okay? So start the trend. We want our money back 3 hours. Should we charge $100 an hour?
Yes, get as much as we can because they need to take all of their promotional money so we can get ours back.
So we're charging $100 an hour. Told Andy he owes us $300 with some interest.
I don't know. He might pull an Erica Jane and say he can't do it because the courts didn't tell him to.
Oh,
I cannot with you. I can't.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know why everyone is so mad with Erica. She didn't steal from me, so I don't have a problem with it.
See, I ain't starting with you tonight because I'm about to go. Tabitha said we want money for the whole season. Well, we're gonna have to add that bill up and send him the invoice. Listen, guys, I love y'all. Thanks for being here. Wait, Adiba, I agree about your time test invoice. You must check out Drew's t-shirt hoodie line. She invited me and then said she on She has a t-shirt line. Is the t-shirt flimsy and how much does she want for it? I may have to check it out. I'll check it out and see what's going on. But thanks guys for watching.
Diva,
don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Yes, Sebastian.
Diva, if you're having issues finding it in stores, you can find it online at kenyamorehaircare.com.
Now you're trying to send us to the online website. Listen, I want to see it in CVS because she had a whole rant and she says she is in CVS. She cut the ribbon. She cut the ribbon.
But
she
if you
cut
do it,
the ribbon, Sebastian, and I want to go find it in a CVS. I'm not going online and paying shipping and handling.
But
I want to go to CVS. Yes.
But if you order online, Brooklyn will fill the order herself.
See, y'all playing.
Now isn't that nice? We got to start the kids young, when as far as working is concerned. I appreciate that.
I'm not playing with y'all. I love y'all. Good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Married to Medicine because we got a lot to talk about. Including cry in the celebration for her brother. We got a lot to get into tomorrow. I hope to see you there. Good night. Thank you everybody for coming up and chatting and hanging out with me. Have a good one and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Buenas noches.